Oh, thank you. Okay. My name is Elisha Lewis, and this is my other grant. I was blessed to receive 2 grants this year. The first one we did this morning was about the Dash and Dot robot, and this one's going to be about breakout boxes. So if you've never heard of breakout boxes, it's kind of like the new thing that's with the escape the room type thing that everybody's so into right now. Well, kids have to break out of these boxes and solve clues and things like that. So my question for why we had this was, what can I do to close the gap and get all of my students communicating together? Because as we know, each classroom's not perfect. You have, high kids, middle kids, low kids, and sometimes they can't work together to meet that common ground. So this activity has kind of helped close that gap to where you don't necessarily have to know the right answer. You could be a good problem solver or a good communicator. It kind of gets everybody's skill set to where everybody's on a level playing field. So the research that I was looking at into this is if a student is taught at a high level, then they're going to be expected to perform at a high level. If you teach them a regurgitated question, that's what they're going to give you. If you ask them to think, then my kind of motto is sink or swim. We're going to learn to think or we're going to die trying. That was kind of our thing. Our objectives was to have a growth mindset. The thing about these boxes is not every time, when you guys tried to break out, did you do it the first time? No, they did not break out the first time, but what happened? Did you quit? What'd you do? What'd you do, Des? You just kept what?
Trying?
Yeah, so we just kept trying. So they did not give up, and that was the thing about a math problem. Sometimes kids get nervous, and they get worried, and they give up, and they get frustrated, but with this, they're not alone, and they have each other to help them work through the problem. So the action plan was we got involved. We got 8 breakout boxes. And what I have found with these, and if you've ever used them before, this is the first time I've ever put them all on here. Like, you can do mini locks on one box, and you can have the whole class try to break out of one box. But with the primary, what I found, and this is a lot of work. It's a lot of work to set all the locks, put all the stuff in a box, and go through everything. But what I found worked for me was I put one lock on one box because I was blessed to have 8 boxes. So we did it like a center type thing. And so instead of them having to break out of all these boxes and me make 8 boxes of the same thing, which was a lot of stuff, they would just move and rotate. So if we had 8 boxes, their group would move and go to the next one, or there was an open box, and it was kind of like a center activity. So it was easier on me, it was easier on them to get used to one lock at a time, and they weren't overwhelmed, especially with the primary. Measuring success. They can work together. They are working cooperatively, and like I said, they've had that growth mindset. And I'm trying to hurry because I want them to be able to talk. But I do want to talk about this. So their first score, my first 301 class, as you can see, we have improved from the beginning of the year. Their first scale score, they've increased 94 points from August until now. They were a 2.6 grade level, and right now they're 3.6. And that I'm super happy with K-Prep testing coming up. My kids are pretty much almost where they need to be. Same thing with the rest of them. My 4th grade is grown, but these 2 have come from my class that's came the farthest, and I'm just super proud of them. I like to brag on them. And this is them. So here is Miss Destiny in the middle, and here's Mr. Evie, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves to you, okay? Tell them your name.
My name is Eddie Von Martin.
My name is Destiny Adams.
Tell them about when you did break out. Go ahead, you can do it.
Well,
Just tell them what you did the first time you broke out.
we had these clue things, and we had to they were these little flashlights, and you use it, and they were stuff circled. Then you crack the code.
Okay, we had to crack the code, right?
Yeah.
So they had questions, and that's what they're talking about. There's a lot of stuff to this. This right here, what you see, is just bare minimum. And so they have these clues, and they were looking at me and what do we do? And I'm like, that's what you have to figure out. And they're like, but what do we do? And so they kept on trying and trying. And Destiny's group was the first group that we had that ever completed the breakout boxes, and they were the first ones to break out. And EV, he cracks me up because he's a little leader in his group, and he's always encouraging everybody. He's like, guys, we got to beat this. We got it, because they are very competitive, 2 very competitive students. And these are our teachers, and they were more competitive than the kids. So we did a PD with them at school, and they were beating against the clock, and we took it to another school, and they were trying to compete within the district. So now my hope was to get more people involved in our school, which we have. We've had about 2 or 3 teachers come and ask me to borrow these and try these, and so it's kind of growing. Okay, So Evie's box will be here. So Evie, you take care of everybody right here. Okay. So what he'll do, we have one more. So one of y'all come over here and be on this pink team. And then you two will be on this team. Okay. So Destiny and Evie have got some clue cards. So what's going to happen is they're going to kind of demonstrate, and we'll kind of, if y'all will time them, we'll just see who can win or who breaks out the fastest. We're just going to kind of do a little mini breakout, and you've got 3 locks that you need to break out, and we're going to see which team can go the fastest, okay? And if you need help, I've got 2 great assistants here for you. Ready, set, go. So what they're doing is there's a color lock that the answer matches a color. So you got 2 options, yellow or blue. If they get the right answer, they put in the blue. There's another one that is the key lock. The key is the easiest for, especially kindergarten can do this. It's no problem because you could set key locks on all these and say, okay, if you get the right answer, ask your teacher. You can get the lock and we'll open it up. So it is great for K-8. I will be more than happy. Call me. I will bring these over. I will tell my principal you want me to come and do them with your class, and just I will head right over there. But it is really fun. But don't be discouraged or we got a team that broke out. So the prize is pins and some whiteout. Woohoo! So pink team, and you guys can keep your pins and whiteout too for participating. So everybody give them a big hand for participating for us. Yay! So, but yeah, each box comes with, like I said, a color lock, a letter lock, there's number locks. The kids really, these are the hardest. Now, for the primary, these would be hard for them to do, but you could do sight words with these. You could set these for spelling words. You could do different boxes for each one of these. And like I said, even for the color lock. So it's all kid-friendly for all ages. There is a website. And the password is, I think, Breakout. But if you all just email me, I'll give you my password. I have like 6 months left free, and you can get on here and, I'll share. I don't care to share with you. There's lessons already made, and you just print them out and you put them in there. But what I found for my kids and for myself that it's hard for me to figure out what someone else's work is. So we've kind of just worked together to make it our own. Now, my hope is for kids like Evie and Destiny to be able to make their own breakout clues. That's my next step for next year for my enrichment kids is, okay, you make your own breakout, what you're going to do next. What's our clues? What are we going to do to get out of these boxes? Does anybody have any questions or comments? One box, I think, was like $125. Now, I was told last year I saw these last year when I came here, and I think you can make your own for like $70. But you can get these locks, like you could go get a tackle box probably and make these. And you can get these locks on Amazon. It doesn't have to be from the Breakout. But what I like about these is like Destiny was talking about, they have lights. There's flashlights, and there's like if you print out a lesson just from the online website, it already had it all made up what to do. And they can use that flashlight to find hidden messages, and it's just really cute and engaging. Like the day that my kids did this, nobody in there was asleep. Nobody in there was stressed out. Everybody was just focusing on a common goal, and it didn't matter if you got it right or wrong the first time because everybody was in they were in the same game and we just wanted to beat the other person. But you guys have anything else you want to say? No? So tell them how that's helped you in math class. What you like the best about these breakout boxes?
I don't know.
They are better. They're shy today, but don't let them fool you. They are really good talkers. But I just please give them a hand because I'm just really proud of these two for coming and doing this today. And that's all we have. So if anybody would ever like to break out with the Beavers, just send me a message. Thank you.
One quick question. So if you're going to look at the YouTube video, what tags would we use?
I actually have my own channel. It's Elisha Lewis. So if you'd like to get on there and just, I think I put 4th grade Breakout. I think it's the name of it. But yeah, I really wish that would load up because I really wish you all could see their face. Am I out of time? Now, I tell you what I did is I had a formal lesson that I had done, and we did one. We got these, around Christmas. And I actually, our elf on the shelf came through breakout boxes. So he gave us all these clues. So he came and dropped off the clues for us. And every time that they opened up a box, there was a puzzle piece. And so they put that puzzle piece together, and it was a little picture of our elf on the shelf and where he was hiding in our classroom. So it had a picture of him up on this thing, and they found him through that, the first team that got to Breakout. So it was really cute, and they really enjoyed that. But like I said, sometimes what the thing that I found, I wish that would play, but you can look it up. But the thing that I found that was hardest about these is I do get overwhelmed when I'm looking for lessons on that website, because there is like a lot of people go in depth, and they do all these on one box. But that's overwhelming to me. We are in real world situations, and it's hard to get all this at one time. So what I did is just whatever task cards work the best for me, and I would just go through there and write the answers down, like the first answer from each number. Like if it was 152, 200, be 1, 2, 3, and they would just put that in their key lock. So it can be as complicated as you want it or as easy as you want it, yeah. So, but thank you guys.